Coronavirus has transformed the streets of America's cities in the last 6 months. From this to this. The US has gone from a handful of cases in February and packed streets to almost 5 million cases and socially distanced pedestrians wearing masks. Back in February, we visited the Johns Hopkins Hospital Biocontainment Unit in Baltimore, Maryland, a state-of-the-art facility designed in the wake of the Ebola outbreak.
So this is a face shield.
Dr. Lisa Maragakis told us that doctors were still studying how the new virus was spreading.
COVID-19, or this 2019 novel coronavirus, is felt to possibly be spread by the airborne route. And so we are advised right now to take what we call airborne precautions, and that means wearing a respirator rather than just a surgical mask.
All of my questions to the doctor were about how a mask could protect me and not how my wearing a mask could protect others. Here in Washington, the mayor has made face masks mandatory on public transport and when out in public. There are some exemptions, including for children under the age of 2, but otherwise, you have to cover your nose and your mouth when you're out in public. In June, the World Health Organization advised people to wear fabric masks when social distancing isn't possible, a major shift from earlier guidelines. And 6 months after our visit, the team at Johns Hopkins now understands how the virus spreads much better than it did in February.
You're starting to understand specifically that if you were someone who didn't show symptoms, you could also still transmit the virus. Or if before you had symptoms, you could also transmit the virus, which is something that was new from our perspective that we were starting to learn over time.
So if you have the virus but don't know it, covering your nose and mouth in public can protect those around you. However, it all depends on buy-in from citizens. The US saw protests like this one about coronavirus lockdowns, and masks are now political as well. Polls show less than 50% of Republicans wear a mask every time they're out in public, compared to 86% of Democrats. President Trump's recent decision to start wearing one in public, though, could change at least some of his supporters' minds. Giles Gibson for CGTN, Washington.